Hey, happy Friday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's the weekend. The weekend is upon us. Hopefully, everything is good for you. Hope you had a good week and you're ready to do whatever it is that you do to relax and to enjoy the weekend. And this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And we've been talking about the power of a changed life, what we need to do to have a changed life. If you want your life to change, if you want your life to become better, there's certain things that we need to discuss with ourselves and understand. And we've been talking about the different things that we should do, or the different points. The first one was make asking for mercy a priority. We just talked about that. If you haven't seen that video, you can go back to the previous video and watch that. And the second point, the second thing we need to do to have the power of a changed life is express thankfulness to God. If you want to be changed by God's mercy, you need to express thankfulness. I love this word express because there's a lot of ways that we can express our thankfulness. And there's a lot of ways you can do it out of your heart. There's no one way to do it, actually. There's different ways that you can express your thankfulness. And it all boils down to your attitude, right? Your attitude affects everything that you do. It totally colors your life and your experiences. You have the power to change your own life when you are thankful to God. God gives you that power, right? When you are thankful, but you need to first change your attitude. You need to have the correct attitude, I should say. Maybe you do have it already. So I take that back. You don't need to change it. You just need to have the correct attitude to do this. There's a great difference between you and, let's say, a squirrel. I see them all the time when I run, and they cross my paths all the time. You have free will. You have the ability to think about your thoughts, and I want you to consider that. You can think about your thoughts. You can think about your attitude. You have the feelings about what you're thinking about, and we all have that ability, but most of us don't do it. Most of us don't think about our attitudes, and most of us don't have a thankful attitude. We're not thankful, unfortunately, And so there's a difference, like I said, between you and a squirrel. The squirrel only has instincts. The squirrel is only acts on impulse and reaction. The squirrel has no choice. But you and I have a choice, right? You and I have a choice to be thankful, a choice to have the correct attitude, and you don't have to live your life as if you have no choice. You can stop and change your attitude. Everybody loves to be around thankful people. Think about it. Everybody loves to be around people that are thankful. God has given us so many reasons to be thankful. When we ask for His mercy, He listens to us. When we ask it with a thankful heart, when we need help, He listens. When we do it with a thankful heart, listen to what Psalms 28 says. It says, "Praise the Lord, for He has heard my cry for mercy. He helps me, and my heart is filled with joy. I burst out in songs of thanksgiving." And so consider this for a second. When you give somebody a gift, you want them to appreciate it, right? You don't give a gift to somebody because you want them to hate it. Like, I'm going to spend $50 on my wife. I'm going to give her a gift, and I hope she hates it. We don't think that. That's not the purpose of giving a gift. It's rude, and it's selfish, and it's a choice that we make, to appreciate a gift. And but to never say thanks, that is childish. It's rude, like I said. To have a gift but not appreciate it. And I know a lot of people who aren't very thankful, unfortunately. That breaks my heart. The reason why it's the opposite of being thankful is that sense of entitlement. People have a sense of entitlement, the sense of I deserve it. A person who's thankful, they're kind of stuck with awe and with all this gratitude. But a person, that thinks they deserve everything, they're never going to be thankful. And that's why we need to change our attitude. We have to forget the sense of entitlement. We need to end with that, and we need to say, I'm thankful for what I have, and it requires a change of attitude. It requires for us to be humble. And the point of this thankfulness, if you want God's mercy to impact your life, then you need to be thankful. That's just the point, to be thankful, right? And the next point that we'll talk about goes hand in hand with this. It's kind of two sides of the same coin. And next time we'll be talking about this. Remember what God has saved you from. Remember what God has saved you from. All right, well, I hope you have an amazing weekend, and we will talk to you soon.